Today we're going to talk about mystery fabric boxes, what they are, and why you should get one. To illustrate the point, I made my own mini version so you could get a good idea of what to expect. Let's open this one up and see what's inside. So first up is this maroon silky fabric. It might even be real silk that has a bit of a stretch to it. It feels like a silk tie. I like this very much. Next up is mustard color. This is a beautiful color, very soft and very stretchy. Mustard. Something else you might receive is something as sheer as this with gold thread. No stretch. I think this might be a silk, not sure. And another fabric I received, or you could receive too, is something with a very strange pattern on it, boxers. Next up is another silk, I guess, really beautiful. I love this color. It's see-through. Again, there's not much of a stretch, and it has silver thread through it. So that's something else I received, and you might too. This next item is pretty straightforward, black. It's got a bit of a stretch, but not as stretchy as that mustard color, so it must be a knit. And I like this one very much. Also, the final fabric in our mini mystery box is a satin. Very silky, no stretch, so this must be woven. That's all we had in our mini mystery box. Next up, what can you do with these fabrics? So far, I've made about 11 outfits, which you can see behind me. I have about 5 or 6 more pieces from this mystery fabric box, and I could really use your help deciding what to make next. So stay tuned for another video on that. So how much did these outfits cost me overall? Well, like I said, I spent about $80 on the fabric box, and I can make about 15 outfits is my guess. So that brings the total to about $5.33 an outfit, which is a really good deal, even if you're not going to wear all of these things. So for a beginner sewer or a sewer that wants to try some different kinds of fabric, it's a really good deal. Maybe I shouldn't have started out this way, but I feel like it really helped advance my sewing. Now, if you have more experience, challenge yourself. Try to make something creative that you wouldn't normally make out of a fabric you're not used to sewing. The best part about this solution is that it doesn't matter if you mess up, because like I said, these things are cheap. So if you'd like more details on what I made, stay tuned for the next chapter. First up is Butterick 5792. I started right here making this nightgown. Thought it would be easy, and it turns out it is. It's just basically 2 pieces of fabric together. The Butterick, these 2 items right here are the nightgowns that I made out of that Butterick. This one here is the basic no sleeve variety, and this one I added a little bit of flounce on this sleeve because I started to experiment right away. Next up, I made the Butterick 6690, a simple t-shirt pattern that was actually pretty easy to make. Out of that, I made a couple of t-shirts. One disappeared. I think I might have thrown it out because these are still my very beginning sewings. The second one is right behind me. I'll show you that now. Also, using that same t-shirt pattern, I tried to do a little bit of experimenting because I found that I really like to experiment with fabric. So what I did here is, this is actually a silk. I know that because I got some more silk like it. And this again is a stretch knit, something like that. So I decided to change up the sleeves and add long sleeves. I just cut out some more length and then just sewed a hem. The next pattern I tried was McCall's 8147. I had an incredible vision for this shirt because I really wanted something cool, you know, like it looks on the cover. I failed big time here because what I created looks more like a clown costume. Here is my super sexy satin clown costume. The problem with this pattern is there's a lot of fabric here, so it looks more like a tent. I also tried to get a little creative and added some flounce on the collar. This was my big mistake because this is how I turned into a clown. But I like this fabric. I think if I ever get another mystery box and have some, I might try something else with it. Next up is Butterick 6489. This is a pretty cool shirt, but it didn't look so great on me. Again, I added my own flounce because I'm getting a little carried away with this kind of stuff. And the sleeves are awesome. They're bell-shaped sleeves, but right here in the arm, this is where they were too tight for me and I can't raise them over my head. Next up is the M7359. This is another easy pattern that makes a pretty nice shirt. Here is what that one looked like. Again, I got some satin fabric in my mystery box and decided to use it to make a shirt. Finally, we're up to V9199, a princess dress in knit. The first princess dress was in this very cool fabric, very thin knit and super comfortable on. The second fabric I used is, I believe, a jersey knit, and I like this one a lot, but again, this material feels more like a nightgown to me. The last dress I'm going to show you is actually the first princess dress I made. So these are some of the outfits I created with the mystery box. I enjoyed myself, and I hope you did too.